So today is this very special day called Basant Panchami, which is spring, which is a fresh start for everything to happen. So we must take it as a fresh start for our learning. All right, this is also just the beginning of February. So let's all hope to have a fabulous February, enjoy learning. And today is also a very special day. Today is Dash Acharya's Janmadin. Yes, Polo? Anyone? You can unmute and talk.
Kunda Kundacharya?
Kunda Kunda Acharya's Janmadin. Yeah. Priya and Zoe?
We're in the car, so it's kind of dark.
Yeah, that's fine. You can turn your video off then. Not a problem. Chali. So who was Kunda Kunda Acharya? What is his relevance and what is his significance in the current times? These are some things we will learn today. Now, someone of your from the batch put some leader, someone who took the leadership position, wrote whatever we covered in the last class on the group. Which two people would like to take up that leadership position today? Quickly, 5 seconds only, and put your hands up, whoever is happy to. That also means you take responsibility to note down everything, most of the things, the highlights of what are taught in class today. Who would like to take that responsibility? Come on, just tell me your name. And if we don't have that, then we cannot play a Kahoot, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? I've got a special Kahoot for everyone, and I hope we are able to play it today.
I did it last time. Can I do it this time?
You did it last time as well?
Yeah, so can I do it this time?
Okay, okay,
Me
that's fine.
too.
Or you both. All right. Maybe we can have you for entire February. Maybe we can do one leader per month, isn't it? Like two leaders per month. Okay? Does that sound good? Or you want two leaders per week? I'll leave it to you all. If it's two leaders per month, we save time on discussing every time.
Let's do a week.
A week? Okay. All right. So Prasuk did it last time. Rivan, do you want to do it today?
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I can do
Yeah.
that.
Thank you so much, Rivan. So, we started with this special day called Basant Panchami, which is also Kunda Kunda Acharya's Janmadin. All right. And let us start with Manglacharan. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Chayanam, Namo Loe Savasa Unam Eso Panchanamo Yaro Savapava Panasano Mangalanancha Savesim Padamam Hohi Mangalam Chattari Mangalam Arihanta Mangalam Siddha Mangalam Sahu Mangalam Kevalipanattodham Mo Mangalam Chattari Loguttama Arihanta Loguttama Siddha Loguttama Sahu Loguttama Kevalipanattodham Mo Loguttamo Chattari Saranam Pavajami Arihante Saranam Pavajami Siddhe Saranam Pavajami Sahu Saranam Pavajami Kevalipana Tam Dhammam Saranam Pavajami. Chali, let us start with our Vitarag Vigyan. I have my presentation today. Who's saying that? Who wants Prasuk, do you want to present today?
I already presented, but like I added more to it, so can I present again?
Yeah, sure. So whose message was that? I have my presentation. Anvi and Rivan, you both are ready with your presentations today? All right. And Aditi as well. That's super cool. Avi, what about you? Have you done yours so far? Can't hear you. Are you connected to the microphone? Or maybe just leave and join back because we can't hear you, Avi. Okay? Yeah. So yeah. Rivan and Anvi, do you want to do your presentations today first? Okay. All right. You can go first then. Anvi followed by Rivan. You were muted or you're unable to unmute, Anvi? Okay.
No,
Anvi?
I'm just calling my dad to help me.
All right. Okay, okay, sure. And Rivan, in the meantime, you keep everything ready at your end so that you can present right
My
after Anvi.
question.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. And who has not joined today? Tian
Wait,
Taran,
is
have you
it?
finished with your presentation, Bida, for My Jan Hero?
No, we haven't done ours yet.
All right. Would you have time to do it over the next couple of weeks sometime?
Yeah.
All right, because we've got marks or grades for everyone. So we'll just make sure by February we finish everything and then we can just start learning fresh. Chali, whenever Anvi is ready, or Anvi, if you think it's going to take some time, that's okay. Then,
Yeah, it might take some time.
all right, Rivan can go in the meantime then. Over to you, Rivan.
Okay. Let me pull it up. Okay. Uh, I'll share my screen.
Sure.
Can you guys see my screen? Let me
Yes.
send. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Beautiful.
Okay. Um, just a second. Okay. All about Gajasukama, my Jane Hero project. Today I'm going to be talking about an overview and introduction of Gajasukama and some background information on the time around his life. Afterwards, I'll talk about Gajasukama's birth, youth, adulthood, and statehood. And lastly, I'll end my presentation with an opinion on why Gajasukama in particular is my Jane hero and what he means to me in my life. Whoops. Yeah. Introduction. Who is Gajasukama and why is he so important in Jain history? Gajasukama was a peaceful prince and brought in a time of prosperity and beauty for all of India. In fact, he was born to the son of Sri Krishna and the uncle of Sri Neminath Swami, the 22nd Tirthankar da Avaspenika. Here in the city of Dwarika, everyone is celebrating with pomp as Sri Neminath Swami has just attained Kevalnath. Life story and timeline. What did Gajasukamal do in his life and what urged him to take Diksha? Gajasukama was born during the preachings of Lord Nemina Bhagwan and the reign of Lord Krishna over the city of Dwaraka or Dwaraka Nagar. Krishna was king when his younger brother Gajasukama was born. Born to Mother Devaki and Father Vasudev, he had a lot to be grateful for. As being the youngest of the family, he was cared for with luxuries and care. Neminath Swami's preaching, King Krishna, Mother Devaki, Father Vasudev, and Gajasukama arrived to pay respects to Neminath Bhagwan. King Krishna was very happy for Neminath Bhagwan and confessed his sins, making King Krishna a loyal follower of Neminath Swami. When Gajasukama entered puberty, he was instantly engaged by Sri Krishna to a princess named Soma, the daughter of Somila king. To all, she was a perfect match for Gajasukama. However, Gajasukama went to the Samvasaran to hear the explanation of the soul and Anitya Bhavana from Neminath Swami. Because of this Deshna, Gajasukama was inspired to take Diksha, and after persuading his mom, he took Diksha, following the Panch Maharats. And as a result, he declined the marriage proposal to Soma, abandoning her. Just a second, it's loading.
Yeah. Did you create that PowerPoint, Rivan?
Yeah.
It's really
Okay.
good.
Mani Gujasukama was meditating in a cemetery under a tree in Kausak mudra form. Multiple hours went by and none of his body was moving. All of his energy was focused on his soul. Somil, who was supposed to be Gajasukuma's father-in-law, passed by the cemetery where he stumbled among Muni Gajasukuma meditating. Because Gajasukuma rejected the proposal of his daughter, he was in utmost stress and anger. In his mind, he thought that this was the best time to take revenge on him. Somil got some wet mud and made a tiara on Gajasukuma's head, putting hot, burning rocks on top. Gajasukuma was satisfied to see his evil actions unfolding on the Muni head because his head was on fire. Muni Gatsukuma was thinking in his head though, I am the one that does not burn, and I am the one that is burning. The one that is burning is not me. Thanks to Somil, he is teaching me to endure pain and hardships, tolerance. Somil is not my worst enemy, he is my best friend. He instantly got Kevagnan and attained moksha. And if you want to, you can see here, this is Somil putting hot rocks on Gajasukumal's.
Beautiful.
My Jain hero. Why is Gatsukuma my Jain hero? What do I try to do? So in the end of the story, Somil's evil intentions and actions to harm Muni, he got a heart attack and he got a heart attack and died once he entered Dwarka, showing how karma comes back to you. Gajasukuma was a tolerant and understanding Muni who realized the true potential of the Atma. So by realizing the importance of the soul over the body to attain moksha, he got Kevagnan. In the end, everyone rejoiced as Gajasukuma, once a handsome prince, attained Kevagnan. All in all, Gajasukuma is my Jain hero till today because of the incredible qualities he acquired throughout his life. He inspired me to walk on the spiritual path to moksha and to always distinguish the soul from the body. From a prince to a Muni and a Muni to a Siddha is incredible. And if a prince can attain moksha, so can I.
Beautiful, Rivan.
Thanks.
Amazing. That was super duper. What a presentation. Look at his effort. Look at his delivery. Look at his creativity. Should we all give him a big, big, big hand? For all those who are not driving right now, are you okay to turn your videos until unless you're eating or something like that? So, Meher says so. Drohan 10 on 10, Gia 10 on 10, Zoe 10 on 10. Very detailed and specific, along with pictures that show you what's happening. He was saying it pretty fast, though. I think that was because he was allowing enough time for everyone else. Rivan, were you being kind to everyone? And
Yeah.
given the fact that we only have an hour to go. Yeah, or were you a bit nervous? That's why. Very often, when you're doing a presentation, you don't realize you're running fast. It's only
Yeah.
others. Okay, so whatever it is, whether you were nervous, we'll work on it. And if you were doing it for others, thank you for that. Ridhima, 10 on 10. Avo, it was perfect. That's what I think as well. Is that RV? 10 on 10. Amazing. Very, very nice. It was a bit fast. Yes, I agree to that. All right. Now, all the best presentations are going to be invited. I have to tell you something really interesting. I am invited to teach Pathshala to about 150 kids. That's in live, okay? So we are going to do like an international, it can't be called a convention because there'll be some offline and some live. But agree, but unbelievably good. Yes, that's what I think it was. Unbelievably good. Like, beautiful effort. Just, 10 on 10 for your effort for sure. So, one second, everyone. I'll just finish and I'll come to you. Is that okay? Can I, uh, can I also have a video of this, Rivan? Because one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to be sleeping when I'm taking live Pathshala here because it's too early.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so would you be
Okay.
okay to make a video? And if you're showing it, you can actually record yourself on Zoom and send me a video.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll
I'll
send
do
you
that.
I'll send you some feedback from the Aussie kids here. Okay, because
Okay.
it's very difficult to get the Indian time zone, the Australian, and the US time zone together. Like
Hmm.
it's barely impossible to get all the three to match.
Wait. So
Ye-
all of these presentations will go to an international competition or something?
Yes, yes. All right.
And how do they rate you on different stuff and you get prizes and awards?
That's right. Okay.
And I will be entered into it, or is it just selected few?
Uh, so everyone gets a chance to enter into it, but we do have like a filter because there'll be too many presentations, and I think they'll give prizes for top 5 or top 10, some and constellation prizes as well. So I'll let you know about that. But if you can just send me your presentation as a video. And same
Okay.
goes for Dhruvi and Chiranshi. All right, over to Anvi now. Anvi is ready. And y'all don't have to worry about my presentation's too good or not as good. It's about the effort you put in, and it's about your initiative to learn and share about a Gen hero.
We
Yes,
missed it,
Anvi.
bro.
Sorry, Rohan.
So I was talking about
Okay, no problem. Anvi, are you ready? And anyone after Anvi, anyone who wants to present? Aditi. Aditi, be ready with your presentation, please. Yes, Prasu?
I also want to present again.
Yes. So we'll go Anvi, Aditi, and then Prasu. Okay. Anvi is still not ready. Okay, if you're going to take some more time, Aditi, do you want to go next? Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Jai Jinendra, this is my project about my Jain heroes. Table of contents. Number 1, Acharya Kundakund. Number 2, Pujya Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami. Number 3, Pujya Ben Sri Champaben. And number 4, The Impact on Me. Acharya Kundakund. Acharya Kundakund, also known as Padmanandi, is one of the most revered or highly respected spiritual saints in Jainism, remembered immediately after Bhagwan Mahavir and his preceptor Gautam. He is celebrated for his profound contributions to Jain philosophy. Kundakund Acharya is said to have visited Bhagwan Sri Mandirnath in Vidyakshetra, gaining divine knowledge and sharing it with the Jain community. The profound teachings of Simandir Bhagwan's Omkar Dwani were meticulously or very thoroughly compiled by Param Pujya Kundakund Acharya Dev, who put them into writing. These sacred words were later translated by acharyas and compiled into the revered scripture Samesar. Kundakund Acharya's works include Samesar, Pravachansar, Panchastikay, Niyamsar, Ashtapad, and Dvanshanutpreksha. This is
Aditi, it's sorry to interrupt. It's Ashtapahud. Okay, there's a P-A-H-U-D, H missing, H-U-D, and Dwadashan Preksha. That's right. Yes, beta. Next.
This is a picture of Kundakund Acharya. Pujya Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami. Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami was born in Umrala, Gujarat, and transformed Jainism by emphasizing self-realization over rituals. In 1912, the study of the Samhisar, which was written by Acharya Kundakund, inspired him to seek the true path of salvation. Settling in Songarh, he spent 45 years delivering profound sermons, also known as religious discourses, and studying over 200 scriptures. Gurudev taught that religion lies in self-realization through righteous belief, knowledge, and conduct, also known as Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gnan, and Samyak Charitra, emphasizing personal effort, Purusharth, as the key to liberation. On the 28th of November in 1980, he attained Samadhi, leaving behind a transformative spiritual movement and a guiding light for countless souls. This is a picture of Gurudev Sri. Pujya Ben Sri Champaben. Pujya Ben Sri Champaben was born in Vardwan. Ben Sri was spiritually inclined from a young age, reflecting her detachment from worldly life. In Vikram Samvat 1985, Bensri's inner self was awakened by Pujya Gurudev's discourses, deepening her spiritual focus. Bensri expressed an intense desire to break free from worldly suffering, yearning for liberation with steady focus. She resolved to dedicate her life solely to spiritual growth and liberation. Her yearning or desire for liberation was relentless as she sought to realize her true inner self. This is a picture of Ben Sri Champa. The impact on me. Their spiritual guidance inspired me to embark on the path of attaining moksha. Since then, my interest in spiritual knowledge has deepened immensely. This journey has transformed my outlook on life, revealing a profound truth: everything is separate from the soul. No dravya or substance has the power to act upon another dravya. This realization has instilled in me a deeper understanding of the eternal nature of the soul, independent and unaffected by eternal entities. Jai Jinendra.
Beautiful, wonderful, Aditi. Let's all give her a big, 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 big round of applause. That was so profound. The level of information she shared was so deep and profound. Amazing. Where are you? Ah, there you go. Beautiful, Aditi. All right, 10 on 10. Neve goes 9.9. So when is this? What do you mean, Neve? When is what? I didn't quite get your question. 10 on 10, 10 on 10. Very, very beautiful. Very profound. Okay, Prasuk, what would you do? Prasuk and Neve, what would you do?
She could have spoken a bit slower.
A bit slower. Yeah, yeah. Is there something happening there today that everyone wants to go fast? So y'all were in a traffic jam or something before you joined Pathshala today? Nah, just joking. Yes, Neve. Bolo beta.
I think that she made her paragraphs way too long. It was kind of taking a lot of time for just one topic.
All right, yeah, but that's because it was very profound. Like she explained three people in one presentation, and that's okay. She had three giant heroes. There were three people who inspired her just as much. Yes, Mayor?
Like she did very well, but I would rate it a 9 because it didn't tell a lot about her family and like it didn't have that many pictures like about mostly like her family, but she did show pictures about like the people.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. Now, the only one thing I would have probably changed, Aditi, is having less information on the slide, or maybe having dot points instead of, paragraphs on the slide. But whatever you did was good. Maybe for next time. For a first presentation, this was really, really good on Jan Heroes. This was amazing. Yes, 9. Zoe, what about you?
I think that she could have like maybe like broke it up. Like it was like too long, like the paragraphs when you saw it. And like
Yeah,
maybe she could have added some pictures.
pictures. All right. Yep. Yes, Rivan?
Oh, I forgot to ask, do you have any feedback for my presentation before I record it? Like anything you want to
No,
change?
it was good. It was too good. I probably look. Some of the pictures were small especially on towards the last slide. The pictures were small as compared to the writing. But
Okay.
there's not much. There's only so little you can do with one slide, isn't it? You can't
Yeah.
put in more on that slide. So I'll leave it.
Okay,
No,
I might work on the pictures, yeah, to make
yeah, if
it.
you can, but maybe when you're doing a recording, just go a bit slow. Okay,
Okay,
because then there's no time limit. And maybe you also went fast because we had that 3-minute time limit.
that
All
too,
right.
yeah.
So you had so much information to put in within 3 minutes. But for this presentation, when I'm going to show the people here, you don't have to worry. We'll make it a 5-minute time limit. And
Oh,
five
okay,
minutes can be very, very long. Okay, when you start talking. So I'll make sure that you're not disqualified. None of you are disqualified. Beautiful,
okay.
very nice. And over to Prasuk now. No, Anvi. Anvi, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Prasuk, sorry to keep you waiting, but you can go right after Anvi bit.
Wait, wait, wait.
Um. Uh.
And while Anvi is preparing, you can always catch up on a deep breath. Okay, there's nothing as beautiful as inhale all the goodness, all the information which Rivan gave us, which Aditi gave us. Try to grasp, try to absorb that. And what were your learnings? So this was what Rivan and Aditi learned, but what were my learnings from that? Yes, I think we are getting there, Anvi.
Yeah.
Our next round of learnings would be your key learnings from your Jain heroes. So that doesn't have to be a very long presentation because you don't need to talk about their life, but maybe, 5 or 10 key points about how it has influenced you and what changed. What is the transformation that this information has brought or you would like to see in yourselves?
Can you see my screen?
Not yet, beta.
Uh, for
Rohan, you're unmuted. Okay, Anvi, while you're trying to organize yourself, we'll let Prasuk go and then you can be lucky last presenter for today. Okay? Yes, Prasuk. Oops, sorry. Anvi was here. Anvi, you were there right now. Yeah, and we can see Bhagwan Bahubali. Sorry, Prasuk. Yes, we can.
You can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Bhagwan Bahubali by Anvi Jain. Who was Bhagwan Bahubali? Bhagwan Bahubali was the son of King Rishabhnath and brother of Chakravartin Bharat. According to Jain texts, Bahubali was born during the Ishvaku dynasty in Ayodhya. It has have to been said that Bahubali excelled in studying medicine, archery, floriculture, and the knowledge of precious gems. Backstory. When King Rishabhnath decided to become a monk, he split up his kingdom among his 100 sons, with Bahubali getting the kingdom of Asmaka in South India. His brother Bharata got the kingdom of Ayodhya. Once Bharata was appointed as the king of Ayodhya, he went on a journey of world conquest. During this, he proceeded to win 6 divisions of earth in all directions, called Divyajaya. Backstory continued. After winning, Bharata and his massive army, along with the Chakraratna, went home. The Chakraratna is believed to have stopped at the entrance of the capital because Bharata had to convince all 99 of his brothers to submit him as their ruler. 98 brothers became Jain monks and gave Bharata their kingdoms. Bahubali was the only brother who challenged Bharata into a fight. Both of them decided that only the 2 kings would fight because if the armies did, that would be too violent. Backstory continued. In order to settle the dispute, Bharata and Bahubali decided on fighting in 3 different fights. First was the water fight called Jalya Yuddha, then the staring contest called Drishti Yuddha, and finally a wrestling match called Mala Yuddha. Bahubali won all 3 matches because of the good deeds he did in his past. After the fight, Bharata, in anger, threw the Chakraratna at Bahubali, but it didn't hurt Bahubali in any way because the Chakraratna can't hurt any family members. After seeing this, Bahubali decided to become a monk as he didn't like the fact that Bharata wanted to be Chakravartin so bad that he was willing to hurt his own brother. Story continued. Bahubali meditated in a standing posture for 12 straight years without moving once. During this time, vines grew around his legs, birds made nests on his head, and animals began to live around him. However, this didn't disturb him and his meditation at all. After coming out of his meditation, Bahubali attained Kavyajana, also known as ultimate knowledge, and finally attained moksha at Mount Kailash and became a pure soul called a Siddha. As per texts, he was one of the first Digambara monks that had to have attained moksha in the present half cycle of lifetime called Asvapani. Why I chose him as my Jain hero? I chose him as my Jain hero because even though he did some bad things, as in fighting with his brother, he realized that it was bad and was able to forgive himself. His story showed me that when I do something bad, instead of feeling guilty, I can forgive myself, ask for forgiveness, and do something better. Thank you, Jajanendra.
My goodness, Anvi, look at your presentation skills. your pitch, your tone, your voice modulation is just amazing. Do you want to stop sharing your screen? Beautiful. Anvi, the content, turn your video on, Anvi. It was super duper. And I loved you adding that bit of, emotion into it. Like when you were reading anger, you actually brought that anger into your voice. Did you all notice it? When Bharat got angry when Bahubali got angry. When Bharat got angry because Bahubali won all the three yuddhas. Very nice. Just a couple of things, Anvi. It is Bharat, not Bharata. Okay, and it's Chakravarti, Ty, Chakrathy, not In. Okay, I think those might be typos, but it was superb. Yes, Prasuk.
She could have added like more details about it and like how he disagreed and why he disagreed.
Mm-hmm. She did mention it in a sentence, but I agree. Anvi, I would have probably done a few more pictures because there's lots of pictures. For all those who don't know the story, pictures just help grasp more information. All right. Next time, I'll teach you the importance of audio visual. Okay, and the importance of repetition as well. Yes, Meher followed by Revan.
I thought it was a 10 out of 10 and it couldn't be better because she had a confident voice and like perfect pace and a lot of effort into it. She gave like every detail and picture to represent her Jane hero. I think she did an
Sure.
amazing job.
She
Yes.
did do an amazing job. Yes. And that attention to detail, I agree with it. I think the confidence, the clarity of the topic you were presenting was amazing. And you maintained that consistency in your presentation. Like we didn't feel it was dull at one point and you were really excited at the other. It was very, very smooth. The delivery was amazing. Yes, Rivan.
I heard that Bahubali had the kingdom of Takshila.
Right. Now there's three
Then,
names. So you had written, what was that? Akanksas or something like that. You muted.
I think it was Asmakaya.
Asmakaya. Okay. Rivan has heard Takshashila and I've heard Podanpur. So here's what
Oh.
happens. The name of a place can change over time. All right. Like do you know why the state of Bihar is called Bihar? Because that is one place where almost all Tirthankars. So this is in. Give me 1 second. Rajgrihi. Rajgrihi is a place in Bihar, and where almost every Tirthankar Samavsharan has been there. So it's called Tirthankaron ka Vihar hota hai, and from the word Vihar came Bihar. Okay, or
oh,
just like Mahavira was born in this place called Vaishali, but over time they started calling it Kundalpur. Okay,
yes.
so the name of the place can be different over different times.
So
Like
Takshila is the same place as what she
I
mentioned. Just
think so. I think so. All right. But
wait.
what
So
I've read
then,
is it was Podanpur. What I had read is Bahubali was given the kingdom of Podanpur. Now, I'll get back to you on this. Is Takshashila the same as Podanpur? The same as I missed that word. Anvi, do you want to write that word in the chat box? Akansas or whatever. Askan. Sorry, I think that's a tongue twister for me. Yes,
I
over
know,
to
I
Riva.
know that India is still called Bharat to this day, though.
It
So
is,
that's one
yes.
thing
And
that hasn't changed.
yes, and why is it called Bharat? And do you,
Because
yeah, sorry.
because Bharat was the Chakravarti, right? And
Okay,
so
Bharat
he
was a Chakravarti. Do you know the meaning of the word Bharat? Like the meaning of the word how is it broken? Like, look, in English, alphabets don't have meanings by themselves. Like, there's no meaning of A. If I just write Z, there's no meaning by itself. But when words come from Sanskrit or Prakrit, every alphabet, every syllable, every consonant has a meaning by itself. So, bha plus rat. Rat is the ones who are engrossed. Engrossed in what? Bha is knowledge. So, the ones who are engrossed in their own knowledge are residents of Bharat, are citizens of Bharat. And that goes to all our rishis and our munis and our tirthankars. Because what did they do? They were engrossed in their own soul. So knowledge is equal to soul, right? Because there's nowhere else knowledge comes from. Would you
Hmm.
agree with me? Okay? Gyan is equal to Atma. Atma is equal to Gyan.
Soul
All
can know.
yes, it's only the soul which can know, isn't it? Right? So isn't it such a beautiful meaning? Like we come from our ancestors. My parents come from Bharat. Okay. And when you say the word Bharat, you should feel very, very proud because that's the land of all our Tirthankars. Any Tirthankars who were born in US, UK, Australia? Unfortunately, none, isn't it? But we should be very, very proud to get the best of both the worlds, isn't it? Right? Okay. Chali, over to Prasuk. Thank you for waiting, Prasuk. Asmaka. Asmaka is the name. Okay. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one sec. My Gen Hero by me, Anjin Shore. Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about my Gen Hero, Anjin Shore. But who was Anjin Shore? Anjin Shore was a thief a long time ago. He used to rob everything and anything he could get his hands on. One day, he went to the king's palace to see if he could find anything to steal. Suddenly, on top of a drawer he saw the queen's precious necklace. He picked it up and began to run away. Unluckily, though, the queen noticed him running away with her necklace. She commanded the guards to chase him and put him behind bars. As he was running away, he saw a person on a mat with a lot of ropes connecting to 4 trees. Below the mat were a lot of arrows and daggers. Unjin got confused. He was trying to think what that person was doing. Continued. Then that person started to cut the ropes one by one. But when he got to the last one, he stopped cutting the ropes and looked scared. Unjin also noticed he was chanting something while doing whatever he was doing. Unjin asked the person what he was doing. His name was Somadath. The other person said the person said that a Jain Sethji, Jinardath Seth, said that if you sit on the mat and cut all the ropes off while chanting Namokar mantra, with full faith you will get a superpower to be able to fly. The picture's about how Somadath and Anjan are talking. Continued. Anjan thought he should also try this. He had nothing to lose, and otherwise the guards would also catch him and probably give him like a death fee. And since the Jinnadat Seth was Jain, he knew that Jains don't lie, so he knew that he had to be speaking the truth. Just as he got on the mat, he heard the guards coming. He started to chant and cut the ropes as fast as possible, but he couldn't seem to remember the mantra. But he heard the guards was coming really close, and he just started chanting whatever he remembered. He started chanting Anam Tanam Kachunajam Vasasit Vachan Parmanam. That means I don't remember the mantra, but I'm trying to say whatever the Seth said. Even and then he cut it, he still got this flying superpower, because he had faith in the mantra. And as he flew away, he realized that if an incorrect mantra could give him this, what could the correct mantra give him? From then on, he stopped being a thief and used his superpower to get Samik Darshan. As he was flying away, he saw a big temple. In fact, it was the same temple that Jinnadat Seth was at. Then he also went inside and began to do darshan. Now he was learning more about himself, the Atma. From then on, he always went to the temple and eventually attained Kevalgyan. That's a picture of him with the flying power. Why is he my Jain hero? Now that we know who he was, why was he my Jain hero? He was my Jain hero because he showed us that even if you're a bad person, you can always become Bhagwan. He also shows us that all you need is faith in Jinvani and Bhagwan. He also shows us how important our soul is. Jai Jinendra.
Beautiful. Jai Jinendra. Very, very well taken care of this time, Prasuk. The way you said it was amazing and loved how you added all those pictures. That is really working on your flaws, isn't it? Working on the few loopholes. You all are doing a great job, but there's always room for improvement. And yeah, Rivan says still a bit fast. Yes, yes. I'm not sure if that's the tempo for today, because because you all want to play the Kahoot. Are you all going fast? But that was
I
good.
went a little bit fast because of like the time issue.
Yeah, I understand. But it was good. As long as I think this time because you had the pictures along, it was easier for everyone to comprehend. as compared with just reading it. Excellent. Yes, Neve and Meher.
So he mentioned about his life later on, but I think he didn't like mention about when he was a kid and how he was like about his family. Yeah, and I
Okay.
also say because he made it a little bit long, like he could have made it longer. I meant, and he didn't write much about his family.
All right. Now I have to tell you. So not everything is written about everyone's family in the scriptures. And when you're presenting a story, you're not meant to make something up. So I haven't read anywhere about Anjan Chore's family. Have you, Prasuk? No.
No,
And
I
maybe
haven't.
yeah, and maybe that's why he had not written anything. But whenever, say, if it's about a Tirthankar or about, one of the 64 Shalaka Purush, one of the people with superpowers, there's a lot of information given on their families, which you can find and research. But here, I think it was because there's not much available about his family. All right, Shelly, much improved. Yes, this is what I was looking for. There was a lot of improvement than last time. Excellent. So now Avi, Tian, Taran, Rohan, if you can have yours next week, I would be really, really grateful. Let's do some learning and then I have a Kahoot for you. Okay. So,
Okay.
where, where did we finish last time? Who wants to tell me? What were the chapters that we took last time? If you don't remember, just go onto the group and read it out for me, please.
We learned about the seven tattvas and something
Yeah.
along those lines.
So we always start with the prayer. Okay. We did a few stanzas of the prayer. How many stanzas? Just go onto the group, Rivan,
All
or
right,
if you
I'm
have
going
in
on.
your book. Yeah. Thank you. So in the meantime, I'll stay this doha. Sakala gyeya gyayak tadapi nijananda rasali. So jinendra jayavantanit ariraj rahasavihin. Chali. So sakal
Uh,
gyeya. Yes, go
can I
on.
say
Yeah,
we
sure.
were supposed to last time we were supposed to read Vitrag Vigyan chapter 1. I
Hmm.
mean chapter 2 and 3 before
Okay.
you joined.
All right. Excellent. So, and until where did we do, until which stanza did we complete the prayer? Because we do a few stanzas every week.
Mm,
Have you written that?
no, I don't think you said that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, Bhagwan knows everything. He's omniscient. In spite of that, he is deeply engrossed in his soul. And that's why we hail victory. We do Jaikara of Bhagwan because he has destroyed his four Ghatiya karmas. Okay? And he has driven away the darkness of delusion, attachment, and aversion, which is moha, and timir is darkness, and he has attained the four superpowers, which are infinite perception, bliss, knowledge, and power. Okay? Now, whenever we look at Bhagwan, how do we feel? No matter how tired, how stressed, how anxious, how angry we are, the moment we look at Bhagwan, and we don't have to go to the Mandirji every time, whenever we go to the Mandirji, look at Bhagwan, open your eyes wide, look at his beautiful Param Shanta Mudra, and then when you close your eyes, you should be able to see the same calm and composed posture. Okay? And that Param Shanta Mudra, what does it tell us? It tells us, just like I am engrossed in my soul, you get engrossed in your soul and you'll become Bhagwan as well. Anbhavya जीवों को जोगे वशाय, because of the Divya Dvani. The Divya Dvani helps us to get rid of all our delusion. Okay? And just contemplation on Bhagwan's qualities, his attributes, helps us to distinguish, discriminate between who I am and who am I not. And all the misfortunes, all the bad luck goes away, and wrong faith is destroyed. Bhagwan is without any faults, no demerits or shortcomings. Okay? And he is in the highest glory. He is unmatched, the holiest and most pure, the purest and full of Gyan and Darshan, perception and consciousness. There's no duality, like how you and I, we have duality in our nature. What does duality mean? Sometimes we are very upset, we can be upset, sometimes we can be very happy. So, rag and dvesh, we are constantly pushing and pulling. It's like a pendulum, but Bhagwan is always in harmony. That's because he is in his true nature. Okay, no duality. He's won over all merits and demerits and fully engaged in the supreme glory. And he will never descend from that path. That's one reason Bhagwan are never born again. They are always going to experience infinite bliss. Okay, he is free from the eight blemishes, eight karmas. Have eight blemishes. When you destroy those karmas, you're free of blemishes and enjoying his four infinite attributes. And all munis, gandhars, all great monks, they worship, they um, they come to do seva of Bhagwan. Okay, there's nav is nine. Nine keval labdhi dharant. They have these nine superpowers with keval gyan. Along with keval gyan come these nine special qualities. Now, how is Bhagwan's shasan? Because of your shasan is your rule. When Bhagwan goes to moksha, this is the thing with Tirthankars. When one Tirthankar goes to moksha, until the next Tirthankar goes to moksha, it is going to be Bhagwan Mahavir Shasan, for example, now. Okay? So right now we still have about 18,500 years of fifth Kal. Then we'll have 21,000 years of sixth Kal. Then we'll again have the sixth Kal and then the fifth Kal, so 84,000 years, and then we will have the so called fourth Kal, like the Kal for Tirthankars to be born. So that's a long, long time. Until then, everyone will be celebrating Mahavir Bhagwan Shasan. Okay, so that is the punya of Tirthankars. Wherever there is one Tirthankar, everyone bows down and is adores that Prabhu. Yes, Rivan?
Question. In the sixth era, there is no religion, right? Like there
That's
is.
no, there
So,
isn't.
so people would eventually forget all of this fashion, right?
Oh, yes. Look, not in the sixth kal, towards the end of fifth kal only. Like, have you realized? I'm not sure if you know this, but our grandparents, they had great memory and willpower and focus as compared to our parents. And ours is much worse than our parents. Do you think so?
Mm,
Right? And
something like that.
last week we were talking about an important topic that was pop in the relevance of modern times. Have you all started writing a list of the pops that you think? Did you all get the time or no? Do you remember we spoke about pop in the
Yeah,
relevance?
we spoke a bit about the 18 types of pop.
Maybe at the end of class, I'll give you a few minutes to do that in class because I understand that life can get very busy. Once you're out of Pathshala, then there's a million things on your list during the week, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we need to talk about that.
So
Chali,
at
we'll do
the
one
end of fifth hour, you said?
end of sorry.
You said at the end of fifth hour you were gonna say something.
Okay, so what happens is, compared to the end of fourth ara, the fifth ara, there's lesser knowledge, lesser purity of thoughts, lesser harmony in thoughts, word, actions, and that keeps going on. Just like there's so many robberies, burglaries, the police are so busy right now, isn't it? As compared, they were not required in the fourth ara, and they are going to get further busier because the number of crimes, the rate of crime is going to rise. Okay, so the lesser the purity and thoughts, more the crime, lesser the chances that people will listen to Tattva Gyan because they'll be more interested in money and materialistic pleasures. And as the fifth ara advances, what's going to happen? More violence, so lesser chances for Atma Kalyan. Okay,
Hmm.
and in the sixth ara, we cannot expect any of this.
And so
Okay,
at after the sixth hour will be another sixth hour, and then the
so which
fifth
will be
hour.
yes, so the sixth ara, the repeated sixth ara will be called the first ara of Utsarpini, of the climbing kal.
Yeah.
Okay, and
And
then
then the fifth hour they will remember the Shashan again?
no, not in the fifth. Okay, in the fourth ara which comes. So maybe
No.
what we can do is we can have one master class on cosmology, that is the time cycle, and where I'll be
Okay.
able to explain this to you. Okay, I'll have diagrams to explain it to you, which will make it easier. All right, chali. So tum shas, yeah, we saw this. Bhavsagar mein dukh chhar bari. So in this ocean of worldly existence, okay, for those who seek your refuge, all their pain is goes away. Okay, and Taran, none other than you can uplift us from from this great ocean. Okay, यह लखी निज दुख गद हरण काज. You are a passive cause. You're very important because you help us to get rid of all our horrible evils. Dukhad, dukha gad, the ones with pain. Okay, and you're the one who can help us. Jane tate, and that's why I have come to you. I seek shelter from you. Okay? Because since eternity, I've been in the sansar, I've experienced the pains in the sansar, and now I seek refuge because of all the turmoils I am going through. So we've done 8, and next time we can do the next few. Yes, Bolo Beta? Someone was trying to say.
Do Tirthankars only come in the fourth era?
Sorry, do Tirthankars only come in?
Like, are they born in the fourth era only?
Only in the 4th era. Now, I'll tell you what happens. Okay, so right now we are in the Avsarpini Kal, which is the descending half. So just like there's a circle, there's an ascending half. Okay, so where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and descending half. 6, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here, the lifespan, the strength, the purity of thoughts, everything is descending. That's why it's called Avsarpini. So everything is descending in this time cycle. Okay. Now the first 3 kals of Avsarpini, of this descending time cycle, they are called Bhog Bhumi. Okay. Bhog Bhumi is you're just experiencing pleasures. Okay. Bhog, whatever you've done, whatever punya you've accumulated, you're experiencing the fruit of that punya. Okay, but there's 3 levels. The first one is Uttam, like maximum bhog. Second is Madhyam, and third is Jaganya Bhog Bhumi. So everyone is experiencing, but the level of pleasures are depleting because it is Avsarpini Kal. Okay, and then the fourth Kal comes, which is called Karma Bhumi. So the first 3 were Bhog Bhumi, and then the fourth comes, which is Karma Bhumi, where we have to take efforts for everything. All right, in the first 3 cows, there were these wish fulfilling trees. They used to get everything. I'll show you some pictures during our presentation of this. And suddenly, fourth cow, people are scared because they see the sun and the moon. They had never seen the sun and the moon in the first 3 cows. Guess why? Because there were
Because
these.
there were trees for light, right?
Yes, they are called Jyoti Ranga Kalpa Vrukshas, and they were 10x, 100x more powerful than the sun and moon. And imagine how freaked up the people would feel when they first saw the moon in the sky or saw the sun because it was never dark there. All right, anyways, Chelly. So today we had a wonderful time looking at all these presentations, and then we did the first 8 stanzas. So, Rivan, if you can record that, the first eight
Okay.
stanzas of the Stuti. And then I'm going to teach you a very fun way of remembering the 7 fundamentals today, the 7 tattvas. All right. So, I am the Jeev tattva. Okay. So, whenever you have to show something, someone, this is the pointy finger, this is the ego finger, right? So, this is me. All right. And then what is all around me? What do you see all around you? Just you can just gaze at the room around you. What do you see all around you? Things, isn't it? Whatever you see is pudgal, right? Materialistic matter. Okay. Now, so jeev and ajeev, and all ajeev is non-living, right? The one which has consciousness, chetana, is jeev, and the one, all that which doesn't have chetana is ajeev. Now, here is what happens with jeev. Okay. From Anadikal, from time immemorial, Jeev is attracted towards the Ajeev. Jeev likes the Ajeev. Okay? All right? Jeev is influenced by the Ajeev, because of which karma start coming in. So I am Jeev, this body is a Jeev, or the clothes are a Jeev. And when you go to buy clothes, sometimes you like things, sometimes you dislike. So that's when karma start coming towards you. So this was Jeev, and this is Ajeev. They both, Ajeev never comes to Jeev. It's always Jeev who gets stuck either with Rag and Dvesh. And that's when Asrav, the influx of karma, happens. Okay? Whenever influx of karma happens, it happens because we've opened the doors for karma. There's bondage, there's bandh. Okay? And now from somewhere, like y'all have learned in Pathshala, y'all are in Pathshala because your parents have sent you here. Your parents have sent you here because you've done some good karmas in your past life. Okay, they say we don't choose our parents, but of course we do choose our parents. Okay, in what sense? Because we get our parents based on the karmas we've done, right? That's how things happen. Okay, so when we've listened to some Jinvani or because of puja, that punya which comes to us, we learn that this asra of bandh, this influx of karmas is not my nature. Getting angry is not my nature. My nature is to be calm and pure. And we learn about the soul. And the moment you experience the purity of the soul, that's when the influx of karma stops. So there was karma coming, doors open, and the moment that purity of the soul is experienced, stop, that is samvar. And when there is rise of that purity, your past karmas are being shed. That is nirjara. And when all the karmas are shared, guess what happens? That is moksha. So did you see how Jeev is just very close to moksha? Okay, Jeev and moksha. Moksha is just beside Jeev. It's just inside the Jeev. But just because we don't realize who I am, who my true self is, I have to go through all this life cycle and transmigration. All right? Was that a fun way of learning about the seven tattvas? Okay, I understand it's a bit late today, but next week onwards we'll go further. And yes, time for a Kahoot now. Okay, Kahoot on Kunda Kunda Acharya. Does anyone know where was he born? Where was Kunda Kunda? I'll ask you all a few questions before the Kahoot because we don't have enough time for a movie now. Does anyone know where Kunda Kunda Acharya was born? No? He was born in this place called Kon Kundapur. Okay, it's somewhere in near Uttar Pradesh. Okay, at what in his past life, what was he? Does anyone remember? No? Yes, Aditi?
He was a Muni.
In his past life.
Um,
He became a Muni later, but yes, Dhruvi?
Acharya.
No, he became an Acharya. So we are respecting, revering Kunda Kunda Acharya, who was a Muni. All Acharyas are Munis, right? Okay, but my question, yes, Zoe, what was he in his past life? What did he do that he became an Acharya? Yes,
I just had to say, but like I have to leave early because like
that's fine.
you,
That's all right. You can leave. Not a
okay.
problem. Okay. So he was actually a gwala. A gwala is someone who takes the cows to graze. Okay. And one day when he took the cows out to graze, he saw a Muniraj. So he just went, he was very curious. He just went close to the Muniraj, and the Muniraj were giving a sermon. So you know what the Muniraj said? Everyone can become Bhagwan. And he was so stunned and so surprised to listen that I can also become Bhagwan. He was very struck by that sentence. And he kept thinking and contemplating. And then one day, um, what happened is when he came to graze his cows, there was a fire in the field, in the forest, sorry. And it was surprising that there was only one tree. The entire forest was burning, but just this one tree, it was nice and green and it was not burning. So he went close to that tree, and what did he find? In the tree hole, like how the trees have a burrow, there was one scripture, one book kept. Now it was not a book of pages, it was book of palm leaves, because in the olden days Shastra was written on palm leaves. And he was very surprised, so he just bought that and he took it home and he kept it on a high place, very very respectfully. And he was wondering, whom do I give it to, because I'm illiterate, I cannot read and write. And then a few days later, he saw the same Muniraj in the jungle. So he said, I'll get that book and give it to Muniraj. So very respectfully, he gave the book to Muniraj. And then Muniraj gave him an Ashirwad that you're going to become a very famous person very, very soon. And then few days later, one more day when he was grazing his cows, uh, he met with an accident and he died. Okay, so he died, and because of that punya, which he had done of dan, giving that book, it was Shastra dan, dan of knowledge. He His next birth, he was born as the son of a very, very rich merchant. And right from childhood, his mother used to sing these lullabies. How probably our parents used to sing "He Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" or similar lullabies. He used to hear Shuddhosi Buddhosi Niranjanosi Sansar Maya Parivarjitosi. His mother was also very spiritual. And then when he was very young, there came an acharya called Jind Chandra Acharya to their city. And he was so happy, so influenced by that acharya. He said to mom, he was only 11, I want to take Diksha. How many of you are 11 years here or have crossed 11? He said, I want to take Diksha. And I'm sure his parents were not as happy. But but they let him go with Jin Chandracharya because they knew that was the best path. Okay. And then he stayed with Chandracharya. He learned from him. At the age of 44, he became Acharya. So he was Muni before, Muni Padmanandi. Then he was called Acharya Padmanandi. And then after a few years, here's what happened. He had some doubts, and because there's no Sum of Sharan, he could not clarify those doubts. And then, because he was thinking of those doubts, suddenly in Mahavidya Kshetra, in Simandar Bhagwan Sum of Sharan, Bhagwan gave Ashirvad to someone. And there was no one there. So the Chakravarti just said, whom are you talking to, Bhagwan? And he says, there's Padmanandi in Bharat Kshetra who has these doubts. So there were two Muniraj there and who had Charan Riddhi. And they came to Padmanandi here in Bharat Kshetra and they said that you also have Charan Riddhi. Why don't you come with us? So Padmanandi Muniraj, who was Kundakundacharya, he came to Simandar Swami Samasharan in Vidya Kshetra. He stayed there for 8 days. He lost his pichi on the way. Pichi is the peacock feathers. Okay, and Muniraj cannot live without a peachy. So then they just collected feathers of vultures which were on the way. So that's why he's also called Grid the Pichachari. And when he went to Simandar Swami Samavsharan, everyone is tall and massive. And Kundakundacharya felt only like a small elaichi. Do you know what an elaichi is? He looked so small. So then they called him Elacharya. And then he came back from there, and this place called Bonnur, which is near Chennai, he started writing Samaisar. He started writing all the Agam, Samaisar, Pravachansar. He wrote 84 Pahuds, 84 Granths. And he used to keep writing all day, so his neck had become crooked. So he was also called Vakra. Vakra is tilted or crooked. Grivacharya. Okay, so those were the few names he had, and now we will play Kahoot. I had to tell you all this because I've included those questions in the Kahoot. Should we do a classic Kahoot today because it's very late? I'm sorry that you have to stay up. Everyone log in with the name of any one Jain Shastra or Granth. Quickly, log in quickly. We still waiting for players? What's happening? Can you all see my screen?
I have a question.
Yes. Bolo beta.
What names do we have to write?
Of any Shastra, any Granth.
Okay.
Come on. Padmanandi took Muni Diksha from Jinachandra Acharya. True or false? We'll do this really fast. And for those who listen to me, you would know. That is true. His guru was Jinachandra Acharya. Today is Basant Panchami. It's a special day where you celebrate the start of spring. Well, spring in India. Yes, that is true. At what age did he take Diksha? Rohan and Neil, are you playing?
Yeah, we are.
He wrote Samaisar on Ponnur Hill. Is that true? Did he write Samaisar on the hill? Yes, that is true. Why false? I just told you in the story that he came back from Vidyakshetra and he wrote Samaisar on the Pannur hill. To whom did that Gwala Kondesh? Okay, Gwala is the one who took the cows for grazing. To whom did he give that Granth? That's right, to the Muniraj. Did he have Charan Riddhi? Charan Riddhi is the superpower where you can fly through the air. Yes, he did. What is the matter? Which is not one of his names. This one could be a tricky one. That's right, not Padma Prabha Acharya, because he was called Elacharya. He was as little as Elaichi. Grid the pitch because his neck was crooked. Sorry, because he had those feathers of vultures. Vakragriv because his neck was crooked. But he was Padma Nandi, not Padma Prabh. So this was a tricky one. Who went to Vidya Kshetra? Which Acharya of these went to Vidya Kshetra? Excellent. To whose Samavsharan did he go for 8 days? That's right, see Mandar Swami Samavsharan. At what age did he become an Acharya? The age of 11. Good. What did he find in the burning forest? Excellent. Who said money? Is someone just playing for fun? Someone wants to go odd man out today? How many years ago did he exist? What do you think? Give it a shot. Or maybe you can ask your parents if they're around. That's right, actually 2000 years. And Amrit Chandracharya existed 1000 years ago. Has he written 84 Granths? That is right. At least one question where everyone gets everything right. Okay, when we say the Mangalacharan, whose name is not a part of the Mangalacharan? That's right, Jambu Swami. Which one is not one of his works? He has not written this. That's right. Ratnakaran Shavkachar is written by Acharya Samant Bhadra. And there we go on the podium. What is Anhinga? Is it a typo? So we have Samaisar, Tatvar Sutra. Who even is Anhinga? And Adinath Swami and Samaisar Shastra ki jai. I think it must have been a
It was a
typo.
typo.
Yeah, what did you mean to write? Do you mean something else? Anyways, that's fine. Let's end with Janvani Stuti. निज निधि निज में बता दी यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है वंदना शत बार है जय जिनेन्द्र सभी को Rivan, if you can just update in the